This is Orbit here, and today I'm with Superpatriot from the US server. Say hello, Superpatriot.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Daddy's house.
Perfect. So, guys, if you don't know who Superpatriot is, he is, apart from the official DCUO YouTube page, I think you're the biggest, right?
Yeah, I think so. All the featured channels they got up there, and I'm really glad to see they're featuring all of our channels up there.
Yeah,
I was really glad to see you
cool.
there, Trex, and all those guys. It's really cool that they're featuring. Especially all the work we do for them. Making guides for them. Obviously, it's the least they could do. Feature our channels on there.
Yeah, tell me about it, man. But no, it's good to see that they're actually watching our channels as well.
Yes, yeah, it is really good to see that.
So in episode 3, we're gonna be doing a few questions that I've been asked for, and no doubt Superpatriot has been asked these questions as well. So that's what I want to do. I want to get with loads of YouTubers like Superpatriot. It'd be good to get with Traxlight actually, but he's on PC, isn't he?
Well, actually, he is on the PS3. He does have a tune actually in my league, and he did just sign in. So I don't know what he's getting ready to do though. I'm actually. Oh wait, no, he logged out. He logged back out 5 minutes ago. Oh man, yeah.
Well,
we've been getting on him to. We've been getting on him to get his tune leveled up to 30 at least, so we can start, running him through stuff and everything. But he's been kind of lazy about that.
Yeah, but it'd be cool to do something with Traxlight and just do commentaries with other people. A lot of fans have been asking as well. So we're going to start with doing some legends because I haven't got very good gear on this character, so I can do legends okay. Let's do some legends. Cool. And then at the same time, we're going to be answering some questions. So,
here we go.
Question number 1.
You said legends, right? You queued us for regular arenas.
Oh, have I? Queue legends. There we go.
Not down for doing regular arenas with you. It's just
I'm not ready to get pasted on camera just yet. So let's start with which movement speed do you think is the best, and which movement speed do you think is good for whatever situation?
Well, personally, obviously, I'm a flight guy. I love flight. However, it's probably the most gimped movement mode for PvP. For PvE, I think it's still great, simply because you can sit up, above all the action, and all that, and kind of keep your eye on everything, whether you're controlling DPS and healing or tanking or everything like that. I think flight's really good for PvE, but for PvP, it's just really gimped. I mean, and it's like
really slow.
With the it's slow. You can't kite with it, and even some like it cracks me up with like the tactical mods that they introduced to the game. I don't know if you looked at the flight ones. One of them is like if you use dive bomb, you get power back. Who uses dive bomb? I mean, who uses dive bomb in PvP? It's like who plans that out? I was like, all right, okay, now I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to hit dive bomb. Yeah.
But yeah. Also with flight, I find you can get a good head start with flight. Like if you're in the pit, you can kind of go into super speed flight, and you can probably get to the buff before super speed. But during the fight, super speed is a lot better for PvP. You can do that double jump and get out of most situations, which is cool.
Yeah, and
so yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, my ult's flight, and I went to I can't talk and play, man. I went to flight on my ult, and Hold on. And yeah,
Okay,
it was
good.
so much slower than super speed that I'm used to on my main now. So I'd probably say, yeah, like you said, if you're mad about PvP, you're a PvP guy, super speed, I'd probably go with. PvE, probably acrobatics or your
Yeah, I mean, acro is
yeah, I'd
still a really
say,
good power for PvP.
yeah, you can use your
You
grapple
get
line,
your
pretty good.
you get that grapple line and everything like that. I mean, it's still really good power to be using.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite things to do in Inner.
Okay. Next question.
Right here.
Would you prefer range or melee weapons?
Well, I've been like brawling since the beta. It's been my
Good
favorite
for you.
weapon for a long time. Yeah,
Good. I don't mind that.
this is why I joke about, with like the guys in my league about, people, how I'm the best tank in this game sometimes because I get aggro in PvP. Oh, they got me. Um, I'm sorry. What was the question again? I got
Range or
distracted. My
melee
bad.
weapon.
Melee weapon. I'm a really big fan of brawling. I've been brawling since beta. I wish, it would get a little bit of love because ever since they fixed that flight brawling glitch from back in the day,
Yeah.
I think they broke it. It doesn't do nearly as much. It doesn't do nearly as much damage as I think it should.
Yeah, I
Now,
find as for PvP, using a ranged weapon is I hate it. Let's put it that way. Like if I'm using a bow, some people are really good with bows, but I mean, when I'm dueling with
yeah,
a bow,
I
I'm
remember.
useless.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, a bow was the weapon to use.
Yeah,
Before that
everyone
melee
wanted a
buff.
bow and dual pistols.
Before the melee buff, everybody was using the bow, except for me, of course. I was like,
The brawling guy.
I was like, the guy that, yeah. I mean, I'm still flight. I was like, yeah, I'll flat out admit, super speed's the better movement power, but here I am still flight. I still make it work though. I still make it work.
Yeah, that's cool.
Um,
Let's move on. So,
yeah.
I want to make sure I talk about skill points a lot because, like, how important skill points are. Because too many people ignore their skill points, and
Yes.
they're kind of just going in, leveling their character up to level 30, and then they're jumping in at the deep end with like 30 skill points. And it'd be good to get your take on skill points and how you should go about getting more skill points.
Well, I actually did the math on that one time because people were talking about what was more important. Oh, got it. What was more important, skill or skill points or CR, or your combat rating. What was more important, the gear or your skill points? And even if you used to have a character that's full tier 4 and you got all your 4 mods and everything like that, but you only got like 50 skill points, you're still kind of gimping yourself and everybody in your group with that, because the simple fact that all the innates that you can get.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's kind of frustrating because like I sat there, I figured out, I was like, you had to have at least like 70 for you had to have like at least 70 for 77, I think it was, for DPSing. And like fire tank, of course, fire tanking, you got so much benefits from all the innates that you can get, between all the crit heals, resto, and all that stuff like that. So it's like 122 skill points in order to get all the innates to 122 skill points to get all the innates for fire tanking to fully
fire
utilize
lot,
the power and all that. But I mean, people missing out on the extra vit, the extra dominance. Extra, resto, crit heals, all that stuff, simply because they're like, oh, I don't need to farm skill points because I've got full tier 4. Well, no, you're wrong. I'm sorry, but you are just wrong about that.
And if you get all your skill points, like the actual extra stats that you're getting, you could count that as like an extra piece of gear. Because I mean, how much might do you get if you add all of the might up?
I think like
what you get from skill points.
Josh, I'd have to take a look at my character to tell you that.
I think it's 60. Is it 60 might? I think there's 3.
Something like that. Yeah. I mean, it's nothing. It's not huge, but I mean, every little bit helps.
Yeah. 100%.
And to sit there and think that, well, because I've got, all Might 4 mods, and that's another thing too, people not taking advantage of their, the doggone, shoot. The socket affinities.
This is like
socket affinities,
yeah.
Yeah, the socket affinities. You still see people like throw in like, so well, it gets my precision up, to like, this. And I was, yeah, but I mean, it's all about the crits, and that's what you get.
They make a huge difference.
So people like crits. Throw in like Might 4s or Might 4s or Precision 4s, into like blue sockets, and I just kind of like. I kind of like laugh at those guys a little bit when they do that, because I'm like, I'm still gonna, I mean, I split my stats between the two. I don't like to, because I still think that, a good DPS, does good damage with their weapon and their powers.
Yeah, that's right. You can
so
definitely link them up.
So like, so I'm like, Precision Might, all my red sockets, and then like the yellow sockets, I put a Precision Power in one of those and a Might Power in the other one.
A lot of experience as well is gonna. The more experience you are in the game, the easier you're gonna find it to mod your gear and get your skill points and just become a better player in general.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a quick look through your lair, but you say, oh, he's not here yet. I'm gonna have a quick look through your lair, but like you said to me earlier, this is your second base.
Yeah, this is my second base, so it is kind of bare. I mean, I've got like really nothing in here. Like on the first floor, I've got nothing. Up here, up top, I actually have what's gonna be like, where I come to if, after a fight.
Nice.
Give me my little medical center there if I ever get a gurney.
Get a nice little repair station there.
Yeah. Down below here, I've got the forge, the blacksmith forge right here next to my generator. I got this opened Iron Maiden just yesterday in Loa.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Over here I got, a weapons rack, and I got this munitions cart right
What's
here.
that?
I did get the munitions cart.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
And then I did get all the collections from R&D, yeah, so I've got that going for me at least. I just, I was like, when I was like really, I don't want to say disappointed, but it's just frustrating. I gotta go farm collections again. You know what I'm saying?
Man, and there's so many.
I know.
So
There's
many
just so
of them.
many of them. You know, so I
But
actually have like the launch collections done on 2 tunes. You know, on this one and on an alt. And I was like, you know, I wasn't even really farming for the collections on for my alt. Um,
yeah, we're just
so it
sending them
was like,
over when you had doubles.
yeah, yeah. So I was like, really like just totally, you know, when they, you know, all these new collections came in, I was like, no. I mean, because that's like 9 collections
I
or
know.
more, or something, or 12
They
total,
do
or
give
something like
some
that.
cool stuff though.
Oh
Like
yeah, you got the amenities. I mean, I'm
mailbox,
looking
the
mailbox,
repair
the bank,
station, and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, respec, soda machine, everything like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I mean,
It's a
I'm
shame you
definitely
can't
wanting
have
to
them
get
all,
those.
like, because you can only have four at a time, can you?
Yeah, you can only have 4 in each
In the
base.
base. So
Yeah,
it's a shame you can't have them all. Then you don't need. You'd have to keep
yeah,
swapping them over and stuff. But yeah, it's
yeah.
alright.
Because I'd never step foot in the watchtower again if I had all that stuff in one
I
base.
know. My there's a guy on one of my old league friends, and he's like, he's got his broker, and he's calling it like internet banking, so he just gets carried away with it. Spends all his money from his house.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to another question. What power would you
Okay.
like to see come into DCUO in the future?
Oh man, I know so many people have been talking about the water power. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's talking about wanting to see water. I don't know if they're actually going to do it or not. Oh.
Water would be
But
pretty sick. Waves coming down,
yeah,
and yeah, that
yeah,
would be cool.
as you know, or plus there's other people joking, talking about a wind power or something like some. I mean, a wind power would be kind of cool to see.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Obviously the elastics power. I would like to see some kind of like a cosmic power though, some kind of
Yeah.
power that two faces. Come on, son. um, but yeah, it's always the first couple of seconds are bad. uh,
But I mean, yeah. I mean, do you know? Do you have any idea of when they're thinking about introducing a new power, or what role the next power will be?
See,
Anything
I
like that?
think I think that their main concern right now is balancing, the powers that they currently have in the game. So I mean, we're gonna
Yeah, yeah,
see
of course.
we're gonna see the fixes for Fire and Ice next month in Update 23. Um, we're gonna see fixes for balancing for Nature and Sorcery, and then we'll see them go in there and tweak light and electricity and go back and take another look at Earth. Although they did say the Earth tanks are supposed to get some kind of love in Update 23 here.
I hope so, man.
At least the
Really hope so.
tanks.
There's so many people that mock Earth and say Earth's the worst power, and I don't know what they say over in the US, but there's not many Earth guys on EU.
No, there's not. So I actually do have an Earth. My Ice alt that I had, I switched her over to Earth when the DLC came out because I wanted to do a video about the power and everything like that. And I mean, I kind of see where a lot of people are coming from and all that, but then I watch your videos and I'm like, oh, well, this guy's making it work.
Yeah,
I was like,
done. I mean, like, I'm not the best DPS. People seem, all the fans like, think I'm a god, which I'm not complaining about. But you can get good damage out with Earth, but I can see why people struggle. It's not like, I mean, I switched to sorcery to collect a few healer styles, and within minutes I just had a loadout and it's like doing amazing damage, and that's without the the Joker box as well, which I hate.
Yeah, the whole Joker box. I mean, I don't see how they say that's working as intended. I really
I know.
don't. Because if it was working as intended, I should.
As intended, did they?
Yeah, yeah. They say it's working as intended. I don't know how they can sit there and say that when, if it's working as intended, I should be able to do that with consume objects for fire. You know, because basically transmutate and consume objects, they both have. Yeah, but like powers like consume objects and transmutate, they both have like the same power interactions with objects. You know, they're supposed to destroy objects. You know, but I can't do that kind of stuff with consume objects. You know, so I don't know if maybe there's a fix coming for consume objects that we're going to see to make that work and all that. I mean, maybe you will start. Maybe you'll see some fire DPS's clown boxing people. You never know. But if they actually fix that power to where you can do that, I could see where they actually would have some backing for working as intended. But like right now, I mean, there's no way it's working as intended.
It's insane.
I mean, it can't be right. It can't be right, working as intended. I mean, come on.
I think they need to get in the game maybe and fight someone who's spamming clown bots at them.
Yeah.
100%.
Or the Snaptrap Ram fan from Hardlight.
Yeah. Right, I'm just going to do 2 more quick questions.
Okay.
Next one is, like I said at the beginning of the video, you've got a very successful YouTube channel. What tips would you give out to people who are thinking about setting up their own YouTube channel, maybe people who have a channel already that want to build on it and get more views or whatever they're looking to do with it?
Well, it's actually funny you mentioned that because there is a guy that I was wanting to give a shout out here and later this week and all that. I'll go ahead and do it here. Knockin' Master on YouTube. He approached me a while back, wanting to know what to do for he was wanting to get in his videos. And I don't know about you, but for me, like my channel really took off when I started doing commentaries.
Yeah.
When I started doing commentaries on my videos, that's when my channel really started to get huge. I mean, it wasn't just me putting PvP matches on there. I was actually somebody actually on there talking about the game and everything. I mean, that's a huge thing. Doing commentaries is a big thing. Finding your own niche though is kind of difficult in that aspect. Is when it comes to doing commentaries, because I mean everybody can just everybody can do what I do, sit, and talk about the game, while I'm, throw up a random PvP match or anything like that. But, sharing your knowledge, what knowledge you have with the game, and, just your opinions on it with people. I mean, that's what's really, I feel like is growing my channel as much as it has. And reaching out to other people, like with my loadout guide series that I put together before mega servers hit, because I knew there was going to, before free to play, really, because I knew there was going to be a lot of new people coming into the game and not knowing anything of what they were supposed to do. So I reached out. I reached out to a lot of the
people that are doing.
So I reached out to a lot of people that I knew in the game that played the powers that I was doing those loadout guides for, and I was like, I told them what I wanted to do, and I was like, what are some good loadouts? Help me out with this, because I mean, as much as I play this game and I've got a tune for every power, I'm not an expert on it. I mean, there's better fire tanks out there than me. I'll admit that. Fire tanks and fire DPS than me out there.
It takes so long to really get good at power if you're switching all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm constantly learning new things. In this game, as far as what works well with what and everything. So I mean, it's sharing that knowledge that you learn in your commentaries, that's going to attract more players in there. It's like like with you, I mean, you've got a significant niche with your videos because you're like the only Earth DPS tank out there who's doing video. So
you search Earth and you find me. So that's
yeah,
not
but I
bad.
mean, yeah, and but not only that, but I mean, you show how well that power and that power works. When you use the correct loadouts with it. You focus on the power interactions and everything like that. I mean, it's like I've got this Fire and Ice update coming out next month. I've got to look at either changing my Earth tune that I have back to Ice, so I can do a loadout guide, or actually getting on my villain and doing something with him, because that's the only Ice tune that I have right now. But I watch your videos every time I see you post up a video of like you in a PvP match DPS, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to switch it now. But
people say that. People say
so
the reason why I'm Earth and all this.
yeah, I mean, I get people like that too. It's like so how do you tell me how help me out with fire and all that. I was like I've got like 3 different videos up for fire tanking. In different situations and everything. I actually, I showed everybody, I saw everybody was like down on Earth so much, that as far as it being not just, a DPS, but a tank power too. I took my Earth tune into FOS 2 just to prove. I was like, look, it can be done with Earth too. You don't need to have a fire or an ice. I take some pride in thinking and belief that, like when FOS 2 first came out, everybody was shouting for ice tanks for that. Everybody was wanting ice tanks for that.
That's when I was fire as well.
I think I was like one of the first fire tanks to complete that raid, to do that bridge part right there, because like nobody thought fire tank could do that part, do that bridge, pull those ads off there. I'm like, no, I got this. We went in there and had a nice flawless bridge run on there, and I was like, see, don't ever doubt me again, son.
Yeah,
But
no, that's cool.
yeah, doing commentaries and all that, but mostly knowing what you're talking about. I mean, so I state my opinions on things as far as what loadouts are best for what power, stuff like that, how I feel about certain things that are going on in the game, and everything, but those are my opinions, engaging your subscribers, your viewers, that is a key too, because, I mean, while, I get, plenty, Superpatriot, you suck, videos on my comments on my videos, I do get most of the time, there are some very good discussions going on in the comments of my videos, and that right there is, key to having a successful, not just a successful video, but successful channels, engaging your community, engaging your subscribers and your viewers, and get them involved in conversations. It keeps them coming back. It keeps them coming back, wanting to know, wanting to have another conversation with you and with other people that are commenting on those videos.
Yeah, that's cool. Pretty much exactly what I would have said. And right, last question is, what do you like the best in DLC 6? What's your favorite part of DLC 6?
Well, I'm not liking the fact that I haven't got enough decorations for my lairs, but the solo missions, I am impressed with the solo missions. They are a challenge for the most part. A lot of the open world stuff that because I was going into it, I put up a video not too long ago about me doing a 3.5 minute run on Star Labs, the Star Labs challenge, but with these daily challenges we get with DLC 6, I'm enjoying the fact that they're not, you can't just walk through them. You can't just walk through them, and even the solo instances that you actually have to walk into. I was actually did both of those yesterday, and be putting a video up talking about them. The strikers one didn't seem overly difficult with me. If you pick the right shield, you're gonna have an easy time with the strikers one going in there. The Ace Chemical one though, man,
That is hard.
that's a tough one. That is a tough one.
It's hard.
But I like that. I like the fact that you can't just walk through this stuff.
Yeah.
And
You need
that's
to get
that's
in
been
groups and you need to go over together and work as a team and to get it done.
yeah, and and that's always been kind of like my biggest complaint with the PvE content in the game is that it gets to the point where it gets so easy, but you
Yeah.
still have to go in there and do it. And that was the point I was trying to make with that Star Labs video I did. And the point I've been trying to make with a lot of people is, people talk about even the developers, they talk about how this is a PvE oriented game that has PvP in it. Everything that we bring for this game is for is PvP stuff, but it's meant for everything. It's meant for PvE and PvP. But one thing I'm trying to get across to a lot of people, even just the hardcore PvE guys out there who do nothing but PvE, don't like the PvP at all, and I perfectly understand that. I mean, I believe me, I've plugged into plenty of PvP matches and have been frustrated all to hell, at what goes on in there. But see, that's the difference. That's the difference between end game. That's the difference between the end game content here in this game, because no matter what PvE content they introduce, eventually it's going to get easier and easier to do.
Yeah.
PvP on the other hand, is always going to present a challenge to you.
Yeah.
It's always going to present a challenge. I mean, you don't know if you're going to win that match or not. You may unless you're queuing into a fives, and you're going up against a bunch of pugs. I mean, you're pretty much guaranteed, with your pre-made group that you're gonna beat that pug group out. It's just not going to be that difficult of a win to get. But if you are queuing in up and you queue in and you end up going up against your Mass Terrors, your Gravities, your One Piece, your Soldiers of Light replacements, all these other leagues out there who are very good, competitive, strong PvP leagues, you don't know if you're going to win or not. You're looking at a 15-minute brawl fest of figuring out who's going to get the edge, who's going to get the upper hand, who's going to get lucky on the get the good hard switch to get that kill and all that, so you end up winning 50-0.
Yeah.
So I mean that's what I've been trying to get across here. But with this DLC 6, I'm really liking the layers and all that. I'm liking the tactical mods a lot. The tactical mods have definitely changed things up.
They're a good addition. I was talking earlier. Obviously, I really like the orbital strike because my name's Orbit.
Yeah, orbital strike. Orbital strike is always
have
beast.
that on. That's just amazing.
Yeah, orbital strike is always nice to use. I got a buddy of mine, Mr. E. He likes using the backups. He's actually got. Yeah, he is so funny too, because he'll be out there. I'll be sitting. He'll be like farming collections or something like that. We'll all be in lead chat. We won't even be grouped up or anything like that. And he was like, "Oh, here we go." And I was like, "Were you fighting somebody?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to get his collection." And all that. He's like, "Oh, that's it. I'm bringing it." He's like, "I'm bringing in the Backstreet Boys," and he'll pop his backup trinket in the back. And then he calls them the Backstreet Boys. And I'm like, "Oh man."
Oh man, that's amazing. No, yeah, it's really cool. Being a superhero, being able to call in your backup and do these orbital strikes and have your own layers. I really like the DLC 6. I really like it. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, the tactical mods, especially for me, really changed up.
Those supply drops.
Yeah, all the supply drops too. Yeah,
supply drop comes down. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Saves raids, that does.
But like with the tactical mods, so now it's Snuff Out's instant cast. I'm like, whoring that.
Yeah.
In arenas and PvE, PvP and PvE, I'm like constantly, it's like, oh, Snuff Out, here we go. When they get down, and you got that enduring channeling mod in your hands and all that. They can't interrupt you when you're doing that now. So it's definitely changed the way things up quite a bit.
Yeah, I've been
In that
changing my
regards.
tactical mods, and like whether I'm dueling or doing PvE, it's just, you can just go there and change up your mods to whatever you're doing, which is cool. And I really like that. I
Yeah.
was thinking that you'd have to purchase a new set every time, but actually I was a bit worried about the Marks of Triumph, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as what.
The tactical mods, they expire after 3 days, but you can just go back to your dispenser and re-equip them. I'm not sure why they did that, to be honest with you.
I know.
Why every three? I can see under every 30 days, because I think obviously they want people to constantly pay the rent on their mainframe to maintain that boost 2 on the mainframe for the tactical mods. Because if they didn't put an expiration date on the mods themselves, then people would just they'd bump that up to boost 2 once, get the mods out that they need, put them in their gear, and then they never have to worry about paying rent on their tactical mod portion of the mainframe again. So like every 30 days I could understand, but I don't know why they did that 3-day thing with everything. It's not just the tactical mods, it's the trinkets, it's the the backups, the orbital strike, supply drop.
It's annoying. Like mine just expired a couple of days ago, and then I looked at my mods. Oh, that's gone. I'll go back get another one.
Yeah.
Just be handy, to just have it.
It is kind of cool though.
You can change them all the time anyway. You don't need to wait for it to go up. You can just put in a new mod and then the new mod's there. So
yeah, just like like every day, just go in there, just like re-equip, and you don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Well, we should probably finish now. Otherwise, it's going to take me a very long time to upload this. So yeah, no, it's really cool coming over to the US, speaking to Superpatriot. I'll probably hang around, get a tan or something now.
Oh, absolutely.
and yeah, Trex Light, if you're watching this, I'm coming for you next. And
yeah, we'll get Trex on here. We'll get him leveled up. You'll probably have to take him through some like duos or something like that, because he's not really that good at PvP.
Yeah, that's fine.
He doesn't like PvP.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds good to me. Okay, right, I hope you guys enjoyed episode 3, and look out for episode 4. I don't know who I'll be doing that with, but hang tight on that. And I have got some very good videos coming out. Superpatriot, you want to watch out. Very good videos that you guys will really like, coming very shortly as well.
Alrighty. Awesome.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
That's it, guys. See you later. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll have a link to Superpatriot's channel in the description, and that's it.
Alright. Y'all take care.